I'm the Great Orbax, this is my brother.
Sweet Pepper Klopek.
And together we're the Monsters of Schlock, the world's most extreme two-man circus sideshow comedy magic extravaganza.
Well, I have the record for the most mouse traps released on the human tongue in 1 minute. I did 40 on my tongue.
Beating his original record of 27, which he set live on breakfast television.
Yes.
I have a world record for the furthest, heaviest truck pull by pulling a 9,000-pound truck for 111.7 meters using only 2 shark hooks inserted into my back. We perform in a show called The Monsters of Schlock, in which people can expect to see a lot of comedy as well as a lot of ridiculous stunts. It's an interesting combination of vaudeville, cartoonish violence, stunts, daredevil acts, and a lot of really awful, groaning comedy. I spent most of my life in a book at school. I did an undergraduate degree in physics and a master's degree in physics. And then while I was doing that, I spent some time doing hardcore wrestling.
And then with my band, insane punk rock band, where I'd get thrown through tables and hit with barbed wire bats and set on fire. And each night we had a monkey in the band. It was just absolute chaos. And Orbax was opening for the band for a while. And we both thought, wow, we're both idiots and like to get hurt. So we started working together in that respect.
We were performing together. At one point I was on fire from here up, 3rd-degree burns to 11% of my body during an onstage accident. And that was kind of the point for me where I was like, well, should you continue performing or should you continue with school? And I decided school's always going to be there. I could always go back and do that. So quit to become a full-time performer. Started touring around the world with this guy. And then recently I've actually started teaching again. No, there's no point in practicing. The one time that we tried to rehearse a stunt prior to going on stage, he got hit in the face with a chainsaw and cut him from there down to there in 27 stitches. So I've had experience with hooks and with being suspended and hanging from hooks and things like that, and that's something that I'm used to. And I wouldn't necessarily qualify that as being painful, although these hooks were huge and they hurt a lot. And I don't think any of it really catches up to you pain-wise until it's done. And at that point, I don't even think it necessarily registers as pain, just more so as system failure. Like you physically reach it.
You just shut down.
Yeah, anybody who's pushed themselves to that point knows where you get to a point where your body just physically shuts off. It's amazing what the human body can physically endure and heal from and still be completely fine. His record, the mousetraps on the tongue, the one on the Shodo Records there, for 40 mousetraps in 60 seconds, it was just burst.
When I first set that record, it was the most exciting moment of my life, legit. And then Italy, it topped it. 4-story LED TV screens that open up and you walk through, and the whole thing. It was such an exciting thing. And I'm deaf in this ear, so they put the translator's piece in that ear.
I'm a professional idiot.
But it was so neat going in and just meeting all those other people, and John Ferrero, of course.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
Concrete blocks broken on the head.
That's our boy there.
Yeah.
That was amazing. It was so ridiculous watching him.
That was the most insane thing I've ever seen.
He's got that beat. There's no way you can beat him. He's the man with the iron skull.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
He's unbeatable. In all honesty, it always sounds dopey saying some of these things because they sound a little bit sappy. But both of us as kids, I grew up in the middle of nowhere. He had no friends. But realistically, you're a kid and you're going through these books. And that literally changed the course of my life to try to be an individual who can do amazing things. And now our records are there, and other kids are going to see that, and they're going to go on to try to continue that type of life. It's just neat, Anything's possible.